But since we're talking about other receivers that the Patriots can trade for, I want to talk about the other two because Ian Rappaport did touch on them a little bit as well. Obviously, the biggest name that people have been talking about connected to the Patriots is DeAndre Hopkins, but people have also been talking about T. Higgins and Jerry Jeudy because both are still in their rookie contracts. But if we're looking at T. Higgins first, Rappaport says that he doesn't believe that Higgins will be traded, but he can see it happening if he wants a massive contract and he wants it now, which will cause problems for the Bengals in the future because they're going to have to pay Joe Burrow, they're going to have to pay Jamar Chase, and it could be a little bit tricky for them to be able to afford those two at prime money, obviously, and then trying to pay Higgins at the same time. There's going to be that inner competition between Chase and Higgins because both of them could be wide receiver ones on teams, any team almost at this point. So I can't imagine that Higgins would be cool with taking a significant amount less than Chase. I guess it just depends on who gets the offer or who gets the contract signed first. But Higgins is a guy that I like for the Patriots. I think that they would have to probably trade a first round pick, which, you know, for all the people that want the Patriots to take a wide receiver at 14 this year, this could be your answer because at least we know that he is a tried and true receiver. We know what he's capable of. We know what he could do. And it's not as questionable as Bill Belichick drafting a first round receiver, which is a little bit scary if we look at his history of drafting receivers. So Higgins is 24. He is going to be entering the 4th year of his rookie deal. So, I mean, basically the Bengals don't have any reason to trade him because he's still on a rookie contract. Like it's not a significant win for them to move on from him. I do think it's exactly what Rappaport said, and that's what I've been saying for a while too. It's going to come down to the future and how much money they are going to need to pay him and Burrow and Chase. He has been a phenomenal wide receiver too for the Bengals since he was drafted, and last year he played in 16 games, had 74 receptions, 1,209 yards, 7 touchdowns, and that was just in the regular season. He's only at $1.794 million for a base salary in 2023 with a cap hit of just over $2.7 million. I mean, he's making virtually no money, but one would assume if the Patriots were to decide to trade for him, he would want that extension like right away, which I think would be fine. He's only 24. They would have him under contract for quite some time. And I think I like Higgins. I've gotten kind of a mixed reaction when I've talked about him going to the Patriots on Twitter. So I'm not sure if, you know, other people are just not on board. Maybe they have their eyes on somebody else. But, you know, Higgins, I wouldn't be mad about it. And then we also have talked about Jerry Jeudy, who is another interesting prospect for the Patriots. And he's been another guy that they have been, or people have been talking about for the Patriots to trade for. He's also going to be entering the 4th year of his rookie deal. He is 23 though. And when Rappaport was asked about him, he said that he does believe that he could be on the move, especially because he was on the trade block throughout the entire trade deadline last year. And from what I had heard and what I wrote about was, several teams, I think they said like 4 teams had reached out about Jeudy, but nothing ever got done. So it just kind of makes you wonder why it didn't get done. Are the Broncos asking for a ridiculous return? Some people are saying they don't believe that Jeudy is worth a first round pick. And so maybe they're asking for that. And the teams that were inquiring about him did not offer a first round pick. I know when I was doing some mock drafts and trading for him in them, people were not liking that I did a first round. So I did do a second round. And even though it's just a mock draft, it was accepted with a second round pick. So I don't know. But he kind of was like the wide receiver 1 for most of the season last year because of injuries to their receivers. So he played in 15 games. He had 67 receptions, 972 yards, 6 touchdowns. He had 14.5 yards per catch. He, again, like I said, is on his rookie deal. So he only has a base salary of $2.681 million with a cap hit of just under $5 million. But again, they don't have a whole lot of reason to move on from him because of the rookie contract, but it seems like they already are trying to do that because they were trying to do that last year. So I don't know that has that much. It doesn't matter to them at this point. Ugh, my goodness. They don't get a whole lot of money back in cap savings either, so it's just going to be a matter of they want to get rid of him, I guess. I don't know. They do need cap space. They only have 9.4 million at least projected right now, so they're going to have to do some moving because Russell Wilson's only getting more expensive from here. I mean, that contract is absolutely ridiculous, but they're going to have to figure it out because he's going to be taking up like 70%. I don't know what it's like 60-70% of the cap is going to be his. So they will have to figure that out, but I wouldn't be mad about that either. I think it just depends on what your preference is. I kind of am more lenient towards, or I feel like I would prefer Higgins over Judy, but Chris says I would still kick the tires on Jerry Jeudy, pick up the phone and see if Denver would want to do a deal. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do that, just because basically the entire league knows that he was up for trade last year and nothing happened. I think that a lot of teams will probably inquire and they'll want to know what the price tag is, because it is one of those things that's a little bit odd that if they were trying to get rid of him last year, that nothing came of it. So I think that, yeah, it's going to be the price. And then Denver might have to change their price, because if they were really trying to deal him and nothing came last year and they're still going to be trying to do it, they're going to have to lower their price tag, because it seems pretty clear to me that nobody is going to be offering what they want.